Good evening and welcome to the, if you will, the second half of our Twin Bill. We just got through with the girls basketball game between the Challengers and Oakers, and now we're ready to present you boys action as the Challengers host the Oakers. Oakland coming in out of the 2A ranks, ranked number 14 in the state. Coming into tonight's action with a 17-7 record, 9-5 overall league record. Like the Challengers, Oakers have a loss they would like to shake off the memory of. Last night, the Oakers dropping a 10-point decision to Monroe, while the Challengers got a school record 41 points from 6'11 center Austin Maurer, but fell to the Douglas Trojans 74-66, giving the Challengers their first league loss of the season. The Challengers coming in number 4 in the Oregon 3A rankings, and a record of 15-5 with a league mark of 6-1. Speaking of the Challengers, kind of looking at that last night, you think in most cases the loss was 74-66. In most cases, if the Challengers put up 66 points and they get 41 from their star center, you think victory, right? Well, I'll tell you what, for one thing, we found out very quickly that the Douglas Trojans are a quality basketball team. Throw out that record because they've got some young talent on that team, and they're going to be hanging around for a couple of years to make some noise in the Far West League. Also for the Challengers, maybe it seemed like it might have been a night where they weren't going at their hardest. They weren't hustling maybe in quite the same fashion that we would ordinarily expect them. Defensively, last night was not the Challengers' best effort. That game, the Challengers started out the first quarter with a 19-14 lead after one. Then the Trojans erupted for 22 points in the second quarter. And just down the stretch, you could just see the Trojans hung around, and that's the thing you have to be careful. You let a team hang around long enough, and they begin to believe, and next thing you know, you've got some real trouble on your hands late in the ball game, and that ended up being the case for the Challengers last night. But tonight, now here, a non-league contest, an opportunity for both teams to right the ship. And again, if the information I have in front of me is correct, with this game tonight, the Oakers conclude their regular season. And again, as I mentioned earlier, a 9-5 record in the Central Valley Conference. A team that you can look at, maybe not a ton of size on it. You've got Marcus Carlson at 6'2" as their tallest player. Baker Brooksby at 6 feet tall. Same for Douglas Branton. And then other than that, everybody else is under 6 feet. So it automatically sets up the question as to what Oakland might try to do to counter Austin Maurer. It would almost seem like what Douglas did last night was just say, we'll let Maurer get his points. We're just going to make sure that nobody else does a lot of damage against us. And well, if that indeed was their formula, that played out pretty well to perfection as far as the Trojans were concerned. We'll take a timeout right now. When we return, we'll get ready for the start of tonight's ball game. It is the Challengers and the Oakers in non-conference action, and we'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, Jim McCoy along with Wyatt Rainey on the camera. Give a little shout out to Challenger Cheer. Our Challenger cheerleaders ended up taking 5th in the state. Just received a recent report from Challenger Cheer coach Debbie Gibson that her team placed 5th in the state, but on their routine, no penalties or point deductions. So congratulations to Coach Gibson and the Challenger girls. Also, shout out to Tiana Williams, a Challenger cheerleader, who ended up winning a 2022 academic scholarship from the Oregon Cheerleading Coaches Association. With that, she gets a scholarship in the form of $1,500 that was presented to her. And of course, Tiana, hardworking student here at the school, and congratulations to her, and congratulations to her team on their fine performance. Also, the Challenger swimmers at district, and I know that they were coming off some really strong performances yesterday. Josie Mitchell ended up taking away a first-place finish. Miley Scaglione with a second-place finish in one of her races, and then also we had a relay team that do pretty well. So, you always want to try to see your team at the peaking at the right time, and that being right as you go into the postseason. And so our congratulations to the swimmers and the cheerleaders for Cascade Christian. We had a girls game here a little bit earlier today. The young Challenger girls, shorthanded to say the least. They were without 8 of their players either due to illness or injury. Put up a game effort against the Oakers, but Oakland prevailed in that ball game by a score of 40-23. Hear the buzzer sound. They're getting ready for the pregame festivities. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll bring you the start of tonight's ball game right here on TableRockSports.net.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and there.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is MotorTrend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
We're just moments away from tip-off. Starting lineups for you tonight. First of all, for Oakland, a 5'11 senior guard wearing number 3 is Stylus Strempel. Number 4 is Cole Collins, a 5'6" junior guard. Baker Brooksby is a 6-foot senior wing wearing 22. Braden Bridges, 5'11" junior wearing number 23. And number 32 is senior post at 6'2", Marcus Carlson. The Challengers with their usual starting lineup of Cody Reese, Austin Maurer, Peyton Maurer, Landon Hess, and Tristan Wallace. Challengers control the tip. Hess out of backcourt. Reese. He'll penetrate, go to the hoop. His shot just a little bit short, but there with the putback, Austin Maurer. Maurer with a school record 41 last night in a losing effort against Douglas. I predict he'll break his own record before it's all said and done. Meanwhile, Collins with the basketball. Skip pass over for Carlson. Over to the right side to Strempel. Bridges. Much like the girls' team, you can tell this boys' team, everybody kind of gets their hands on it. Try to exercise some patience here. Look for the good shot. Carlson. Collins, and now Brooksby going to shoot his shot in and out. Rebound taken by Peyton Maurer. Reese with the ball, moving to his left. Now to Peyton Maurer. Dump it down low to Austin Maurer. And he throws it down with the two-handed jam. 4-0 ball game. Goes off the foot of Strempel. Wrestle for the ball over in the corner, and according to the official, it rolls out of bounds. So it'll be Oakland basketball against some Cascade Christian backcourt pressure. Strempel out of backcourt against Reese. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch this evening. A couple of quick guards. Meanwhile, Collins going to go to the hoop. Whistle and a foul called against the Challengers. That will go against Landon Hess, his first of the ball game. To the free throw line, Cole Collins, 5'6" junior guard. First attempt, rims out. Richardson in the ball game for the Challengers. As Hess comes out, Briley Richardson, 5'9" freshman, wearing 25. Second free throw attempt, that won't stick. And it remains a 4-0 ball game. Reese between the circles. Strempel gets a screen from Austin Maurer. Bounce pass down low for Tristan Wallace. He had a career high 18 against South Umpqua on Wednesday night to go along with 11 rebounds. He's kind of more of the Challengers' blue-collar guy. Carlson, Brooksby, and a travel called against the Oakers. So another early turnover for Oakland. Reese out of backcourt to Peyton Maurer. Tristan down to Austin Maurer. He can't get the shot to go. Disrupted there by the Oakland defense. But Austin Maurer, with his third bucket of the ball game, makes it 8-0. Strempel. Reese pokes at it. Bounce pass for Collins. Collins against Richardson. A bounce pass across the lane. Carlson has to run it down. Strempel, little turnaround jumper, rolls around and down for Brooksby to make it 8-2. Oakland with their first bucket of the ball game. Richardson against Collins. He goes left, now for Reese. Skip pass over for Peyton Maurer, lefty shooter. This one just a little bit long. Running it down is Stremple. Reese will pick him up at half court. In the corner it goes for Carlson. Collins. He's for Bridges. Carlson has a look from the top of the key. He can't get it to go. Rebound by Richardson. Momentarily tied up in the backcourt by Bridges. Timeout called by the Challengers. 3:41 left to go in the first quarter of play. We will also pause for messages, but stick around. We've got more coming your way here on TableRockSports.net.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with Crispy Crunchy Chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
First quarter action between the Challengers and Oakers. Austin Maurer picking up where he left off. 41 last night. Breaking a record set by Coach Brian Morse back in 1983, equaled by Marty Maurer, his dad, in 1996, and then Josh Heidegger in 2005 of 37. Peyton Maurer looking for his brother underneath, and he scores. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Like I said, I don't know. This is just one of those impossible situations that Coach Jeff Clark will have in terms of trying to figure out a way to keep, or at least somewhat limit the damage done by Austin Maurer. Free throw attempt, rolls around and down. Challengers now up by 9. Stremple. Offensive foul. Stremple, they caught him for the push-off. And for Stremple, that'll be his second personal of the ball game. So on top of the headaches that Austin Maurer is giving the Oakers, Reese frustrating Stremple as well. Reese to Austin Maurer in the high post. Now to Hess, who's back in the ball game. Austin, he's got range on his shot, but he's struggled from there of late, and he's a little short on that one. Collins out of backcourt. We have a trio of Oakers getting ready to check into the ball game. Carlson in front of the Challenger bench. Firing is Brooksby. His shot rims out. Reese with the rebound. Wallace up the floor. And hog-tied a little bit there by Brooksby. Brooksby just kind of throwing up his hands. Kind of more or less is like, well, what else was I supposed to do? Tristan Wallace at the free throw line. First free throw attempt is a little bit short. He'll have another one coming. Richardson back in the ball game as Peyton Maurer comes out. Checking in for the Oakers. Number 10 is Douglas Branton. Also in the game is number 5, Cade Olds. And it looks like we got number 40, Gabe Williamson. Second attempt won't go, but put back attempt by Austin Maurer. He's got 10 on the ball game, and it's 13-2. We gave him the nickname early in the season of Cheat Code because his numbers are just like something out of NBA Jam. Maurer up the court to Landon Hess, he moves to the hoop. He's fouled and he'll go to the line. Foul called against Cole Collins. That's his first of the ball game. 4th team foul for the Oakers. Hess. First free throw attempt is good. Hess with his first point of the game. Landon gets another. And the second one will stick. Daniel Nearing ends up getting the offensive rebound for the Challengers. Ball tipped away, and the official says last touch by Briley Richardson. 14-2 with 2:18 left to go in the first quarter of play. Austin Maurer with 10 points early on in this ball game. Pass from Olds intended for Gabe Williamson ends up going out of bounds. It'll be Challenger basketball. Reese out of backcourt. Picks up ahead of steam. Richardson, open three. His shot a little bit short. Challengers had some problems from long distance last night. I only recall a couple of makes from beyond the arc last night. 1:48 to go in the quarter. Collins with the basketball against Reese. Pass over for Olds. He loses the handle on it, and it goes out of bounds. Peyton Maurer getting ready to check back in the ball game. As a matter of fact, a timeout called, actually. And we'll do the same. 1:39 to go in the first. Challengers up 14-2. We'll be back after this timeout.
He'll always be there.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion. A little shout out to Mark McLemore, my broadcasting partner. He was due to go coach the JV2 team over in Brookings today, but woke up feeling a little bit under the weather, and under today's conditions, you can't be too careful, so he's sitting this one out. So, Mark, we wish you well and a speedy recovery this evening. And glad you're watching down along the way, but it's not quite the same without you here and providing that analysis that comes from somebody who has the inside information that comes with being a part of the Challenger coaching staff. Peyton Maurer backing his man down out to his twin brother Austin. His shot from long distance is short. That's really about the only blot on the Challengers' record so far this evening, is they can't get those three-pointers to fall. Collins, Williamson, guarded by Nearing. They work it up top for Branton. Branton going to drive, and his shot just a little bit too hard. You got the feeling like he really wanted to muscle that up there, knowing that Austin Maurer was in the vicinity, and he just put it up too hard. Meanwhile, Cody Reese with it. The shot after the foul. And that's going to go against Olds. That'll be his first personal foul. 5th team foul for the Oakers as Wallace checks back in for Nearing. Daniel Nearing, part of that offensive line for Cascade Christian in football season. Austin Maurer gets his own miss, and he puts it back. Austin Maurer, he's got 12 as the Challengers lead 16-2. Collins out of backcourt. Passes over on the left side for Brooksby. He's guarded by Peyton Maurer, a rejection by Austin Maurer. Reese out of backcourt, quickly up the floor to Richardson. Richardson fires a fastball in the direction of Tristan Wallace. Now, Wallace plays catcher in baseball and does a pretty good job, but even that one had too much mustard on it for him. Substitution in the ball game, Dylan Westlake. He'll check in. 5'9" sophomore. 140 pounds of heart wrapped in skin. Reese with the steal. He lays it up and in. Cody Reese, he had a run going of 4 consecutive games where he scored more than 20 points. What you realize is he compensates for his lack of physical stature with an ability to elevate to go along with big-time speed. Buzzer sounds ending the first quarter of play. It is the Challengers 18 and the Okers 2 will be back after this timeout.
Let me take just a moment and ask you about your vision for your children. What are you seeking for them? What are you hoping your son or your daughter will grow up to be? Highly skilled teaching, a thorough curriculum, art, music, science, athletics, encouraging relationships, all of these and more are part of the community at Grace Cascade Christian Schools, where all of our children feel that they belong.
Being able to mentor them on the football field, to push them in the classroom, and ultimately, most importantly, is to share Christ with them.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, Jim McCoy along with Cascade Christian Jr. Wyatt Rainey on the camera this evening, providing you the sights and sounds of tonight's ball game on Table Rock Sports. I want to invite you to become a subscriber to Table Rock Sports on YouTube. Just go to the Table Rock Sports page at youtube.com and click on the red subscribe button. Keep you up to date on all the action that you can follow here as Table Rock Sports partners with at least a dozen high schools here in the local area, from the 6A to the 3A. Strempel and whistle against the Challengers. Foul call against Landon Hess, his second personal, and that's just the Challengers' second team foul as we open the second quarter. Olds with the basketball, picks up his dribble. He'll go ahead and shoot his shot, rolls around and off. Austin Maurer with the rebound for Cascade. Quickly up the floor it goes, Challenger turnover. Challengers' first quarter, well, can be summed up with basically a name. Austin Maurer, 12 points in the first quarter. Brooksby to Olds. Olds will fire from 3. Shot looked good, can't get it to go. Wallace with the rebound to Reese. Austin. Reese going to fire from 3, and he buries it. Cody Reese with the first triple of the ball game for the Challengers and his first points of the night. Reese with a steal against Stemple. He'll go behind the back. And a whistle and a foul called, and I'm going to judge from the reaction that Coach Jeff Clark for Oakland not real happy about that. And what do we have going on here? They're going to call an offensive foul against Cody Reese. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about it. Reese running toe-to-toe with Stemple. Ball ends up out of bounds. Last touched by the Okers. Now, I just find that last, it's a curious call. I'm not going to make a judgment one way or the other. always just kind of an odd situation when you have a call reversed. Meanwhile, feed inside to Reese. And a foul before the shot. Foul will go against Stemple, and that'll be his third. Cole Collins will check in the ball game. Very frustrated, and understandably so. Stemple goes to the Oker bench. Reese going to fire from three. His shot off target. Richardson tips it to Wallace. Wallace tries to feed it to Peyton Maurer. And we have a foul in the backcourt against the Challengers, and that's going to go against Peyton Maurer, his first personal foul of the ball game. On the team count, it is the Okers with 6, the Challengers with 4. Carlson in the ball game. Dishes off for Bridges. Brooksby guarded by Peyton Maurer. Collins, he'll shoot from 3. His shot just a little bit long. Tristan Wallace with the rebound for Cascade. Cross-court pass. Now it's dumped inside to Austin Maurer. He'll feed it to Tristan Wallace. Tristan Wallace, 2 field goals in the ball game, and it's 23-2. Bridges, Carlson, Collins. And now shooting from downtown. Bridges shot short. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Challenger ball. And a timeout called by Oakland. Looking for answers here. 5:34 to go in the half. It is the Challengers 23. The Okers 2 will be back in 30 seconds.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, rocking to the sounds of DJ Russell P. Brown over on the sound system, giving us a little classic rock to enjoy during the break. Tell you, sometimes the music during the timeouts is worth the price of admission in and of itself. Challengers having things their way here in the first half. Austin Maurer with the rock. Now to his twin brother Peyton. Cody Reese. Now out to Richardson. His shot no good. Offensive rebound by Peyton Maurer. Hessen back in the ball game. Austin going to shoot. His shot short. And his struggles from long distance continue. I mean, I tell you what, and I only say it that way just because the simple fact, he was blazing hot to begin the season from downtown. He's got the range. And eventually he'll get his way out of it. You know he will. Carlson with the basketball, left at the top of the key. Now for Olds. Back up top. Near steal by Reese, but Collins able to corral it. Over in the corner, Olds to Carlson. And he gets it to go. The triple by Carlson. That's the first bucket of the second quarter for Oakland. Meanwhile, Austin Maurer can't get that little hook to go. Quickly out of backcourt. Ball goes quickly up the floor. Laying it up and in is Baker Brooksby. Going the other way, Cody Reese. He's got 5 in the ball game. 25-7. your score. And double dribble the call against Oakland. Perhaps chief among their maladies in this ball game has been the turnovers. Cody Reese out of the ball game. Peyton Mauer's going to go out. Now we have Hess, Dylan Westlake, number 23, Riley Richardson, Daniel Nearing, and Tristan Wallace. 3:51 left to go here in the first half of play. Westlake, pass for Nearing. Cross court it goes to Hess, who can't get the handle on it, but Westlake is there. Dylan. A lot of contact there, and a steal by Bridges. Bridges out of backcourt. Wallace tries to disrupt them and is successful in that endeavor. Wallace to Westlake. He's going to go hard to the hole. He lays it up and in. Dylan Westlake. Meanwhile, downtown, the shot by Brooksby. Unsuccessful. Dylan out of backcourt. Now for Tristan Wallace. Loses the handle for a second, but gets it back. Richardson to Nearing. Nearing will fire from 15. Nothing but net. Be honest with you, I did not know he had that kind of range, but a nice looking shot there by Daniel Nearing to make it 29-7. Collins. Williamson in the ball game. Olds against Richardson. He's over in the corner. Williamson guarded by Nearing. Bridges fires Brooksby. It's good. Baker Brooksby with a triple, and the Challengers will call timeout. 2:11 to go in the half. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. Well, you may have heard me mention earlier the successes for the Challenger cheerleading squad, who placed 5th up at the state meet, and Tiana Williams capturing a $1,500 scholarship. And then some things to mention as far as swimming goes. Some success there at the district meet. Josie Mitchell placed first in the A final in the 200 IM swim. Josie Scaglione placed 5th. Miley Scaglione, however, took 2nd in the 50 free. And then Miley also placed 3rd in the 100 free. And she ended up swimming in the A final. We haven't heard all the results on that yet. And then Josie Mitchell also took 1st in the 100 breaststroke. I'll get all of that, sort through all of that, and allow you to kind of read it in more leisure format at challengerathletics.com. That's where you'll get all the latest on Challenger sports. Tristan Wallace, he's got 6 in the game. 31-10. Good to see Tristan asserting himself a little bit more at the offensive end. Meanwhile, Brooksby managed to corral it, and then the ball ends up going out of bounds off of Bridges. Turnover's a problem for Oakland, but a lot of that because of the defense of Cascade. Some of that is the result of having a 6'11" man in the middle. Reese with the basketball, 1:31 to go in the half. Cody feeds Austin Mauer. He's going to make a move, and they'll call him for the travel. Austin Mauer with 12 points in the first half. And a steal by the Challengers. Here comes Austin Mauer. He glides to the hole. And he lays it up over the rim and good. So that's 14 points in the half. And now Maurer goes to the free throw line with an opportunity for the three-point play. Free throw attempt on its way. It is good. (34-10) Challengers. Collins has a little trouble with it, but manages. And then there's a steal by Reese. Where did he come from? Here comes Reese. You could tell he wanted to dunk it. He's like, didn't quite elevate just enough. And Reese there with 7 points in the ball game. Good grief, is that kid fast. 51 seconds to go in the half. Bounce pass to Collins. Pass nearly broken up by Austin Maurer. Shot from the corner by Brooksby. And ball goes out of bounds off of Oakland. Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. Cody Reese could steal the hubcaps off a moving car. Some of the kids are out there going, what are hubcaps? Hess. Now for Wallace. Wallace has 8.5. When you're hot, you're hot. Near steal there by Reese against Williamson. Shot goes to, and that goes to Brooksby. He'll drive. A collision there, and Peyton Maurer at the buzzer. Can't quite get it to go. Ooh, what a half. Your score at halftime, it is the Cascade Christian Challengers 38 and the Oakland Oakers 10. Our Medford Parks and Rec halftime report is coming up. Little Hoopsters beginning basketball programs have winter and spring sessions coming up. Visit playmedford.com to get your little hoopster in the game. We'll pause for messages, and when we return, we'll give you our halftime report right here on TableRockSports.net.
Let me take just a moment and ask you about your vision for your children. What are you seeking for them? What are you hoping your son or your daughter will grow up to be? Highly skilled teaching, a thorough curriculum, art, music, science, athletics, encouraging relationships, all of these and more are part of the community at Grace Cascade Christian Schools, where all of our children feel that they belong.
Being able to mentor them on the football field, to push them in the classroom, and ultimately, most importantly, is to share Christ with them.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, it is halftime, and our Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report is brought to you by PlayMedford.com, where classes and activities for the entire family are available. Registration for winter and spring are happening now. Sign up at PlayMedford.com or the Santos Center at 774-2400 to get started. All challengers all the time here in the first half. Cascade Christian up in this one, 38-10. Scoring for the Oakers. Baker Brooksby leading the way with 7 points for Oakland. And then Marcus Carlson has a three-pointer for the Oakers. Over on the challenger side of things, this is very unofficial as they try to do play-by-play and stats at the same time. Austin Maurer unofficially with 15 points in the first half. Tristan Wallace with 8. Cody Reese with 7. Landon Hess has a bucket and has a single point from the free throw line. Daniel Nearing with 2 and Dylan Westlake with 2. And by my best count, there's about 3 points that I haven't been able to account for yet. But anyway, nonetheless, it's been a commanding first half for Cascade. You can see, once again, the matchup headache that having a player like Austin Maurer is for the opposition. There really just isn't much you can do other than somehow try to deny him if you can. But he's a kid that, whether it's from behind the arc or whether it's in close, it's a handful. We'll go ahead and take a timeout right now. Challengers lead at halftime, 38-10. You're following Oregon 3A basketball action here on TableRockSports.net.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and
there. The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Well, what do you know? Maybe a little musical timeout there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a quick timeout to catch my breath. Went ahead and got a hold of the scoring book at the scores table. Take a quick look at that. And we'll be back in 1 minute.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it.
I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Okay, we're back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, and so now I have finally figured out where those unaccounted for points. Actually, Cody Reese had 9 points, so I shorted him a bucket. Sorry about that, Cody, in the first half, and then there was 1 point that should have gone to Austin Mauer's credit. So what I can tell you, according to the official book, he had 16 in the first half. So if you double that, and he could be well on his way to a 32-point night. But we'll see how that goes. I think at this point, with this kind of margin, that you will see Coach Morris go to his bench in the second half and give them an opportunity to gain some playing time and experience. Our halftime report is brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Winter Recreation Guide is out with sports leagues and activities to sign up for now. Visit playmedford.com or call 774-2400 to find out more. 38-10 Challengers from the first half. With the Okers, you have a team coming in at 17-7 on the year, so they've had a good season. I mean, you take a look at it. Their losses have come against some quality opponents: Monroe, Jefferson, Regis, and they had a close decision, a heartbreaker against Eastland Christian. Close game against Riddle and Illinois Valley. Illinois Valley just not far from us, about an hour away. They're having a pretty solid season in the 2A ranks. So a quality team. It's just, you're talking about, in this case, a situation where you have a good 2A team and a good 3A team, and the good 3A team right now has got the advantage. And a lot of that has to do with matchups and things of that nature. But look forward to seeing how Oakland does as they wrap up their season. Of course, here they have another half of basketball, so this thing not over yet. Reese going to drive. His shot short. Wallace saves it with the hustle. Austin Mauer glides to the hole. He's got 18. Austin Mauer. Tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching something special with that kid out on the floor. Yeah, he's got height, but he's got a lot of athleticism and skill to go with it. Bridges with the basketball, now to Stemple. He had a tough first half with 3 fouls. He misses the shot. Wallace with the rebound, quickly to the floor. It goes to Reese. He lays it up with the left hand. 2. Cody Reese in double figures now. Stemple has it broken up by Reese. And then Stemple. An official's timeout called. We'll let them tend to him, and we'll be right back after these messages.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guys! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that.
Back from the timeout. Challenger basketball. Peyton Maurer with the move to the hoop. That's his first field goal of the ball game. 44-10. Athletic trainer Kurt Smet tending to Silas Strempel. Was able to get up off the court in his own power, but kind of grabbing the side of his head, and just a hard collision. Hope it's nothing too serious, and we'll be able to see him out on the floor soon. Cody Reese from downtown, his shot short. Austin Maurer there, feeds it back up for his brother. That one rims off. So the Challengers, one of the things that's a plus for them that we didn't see necessarily a whole lot of last night is that the Challengers hustling on the glass and going after those second chance opportunities. Turnover, however, there by Cascade. Williamson. The Bridges. Feed for Carlson. Collins going to drive hard to the hole. And he ends up stepping over the line. Or did he? And they're going to call a foul against Landon Hess. That'll be his third personal foul. Tristan Wallace going to come out of the Challenger lineup as Daniel Naring comes in. Also in the ball game, Briley Richardson as Hess comes out. Collins feeds it for Bridges, who has it stolen by Reese. Reese out of backcourt against Williamson. Makes his move, can't get the shot to go. Williamson, though, with the rebound. Plug up the floor it goes. Ball goes out of bounds. Oakland will keep it. 5:31 to go here in the third. Challengers have outscored Oakland 6-0 thus far in the quarter. From the baseline, shot by Brooksby misses. He's been the leading scorer for the Okers in this ball game. Foul called against Williamson. That'll be his first of the ball game. First team foul for Oakland in the second half. Peyton Maurer. Nearing in the corner. Looking for Austin. He'll feed it to Peyton Maurer, and he lays it up and in. He's got 4 in the ball game. All 4 here in the second half. And a timeout called by the Okers. 46-10 on your John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning.
Back here at the pavilion, out of the timeout, Collins guarded by Hess. And that'll go against Hess. And that'll be his 4th of the ball game. He'll come out now, and Dylan Westlake will come in. Dylan saw some minutes in the first half. Young player who kind of swings between the varsity and JV, and gradually his playing time increasing as he grows in confidence and grows in the game. Williamson with the basketball. His shot rims off. Naring with the rebound. Peyton Maurer out of backcourt. Austin setting the screen. Feeds it inside for Naring. Daniel makes his move. And he's fouled. And that'll go against Collins for Cole. That'll be his 3rd personal of the ball game as it sends Naring to the free throw line. First free throw attempt. Maybe just a little too much English on it. He'll have another one coming. And that one goes. Nearing now with 3 in the ball game. Collins wheels and deals in the backcourt against Westlake. Carlson with it. Williamson. Looking inside, Carlson. It looked like it had promise, but he can't get it to stick. Austin Maurer out of backcourt. Feeds it for Richardson. His shot just a little bit long. Peyton Maurer there. And he puts it back for 2. He's got 6 in the quarter. Collins. Now they go inside. They'll kick it out to Carlson. His shot way short. Peyton Maurer with the rebound. Quickly up the floor for Westlake. He'll pull up and shoot. His shot short. Rebound taken by Baker Brooksby. See, they're looking inside. There's just nothing there. Brooksby's going to do a little turnaround jumper. That shot off target. Looked like Nearing had it for a second. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Oakers. Austin Maurer going to come out of the ball game. Peyton Maurer for Westlake. Richardson, so some of the young guys getting some minutes here in the third. Skip pass over for Richardson. His shot, he can't get it to go. Westlake tries to save it, and it ends up deflecting off of Brooksby. And perhaps that sequence right there, a microcosm of the evening that has been for Oakland that just can't catch a break. So it'll be Richardson with the inbound. Maurer, Westlake. Richardson had a look. He's going to go ahead, pull up, shoot. He scores. Briley Richardson makes it 51-10. Collins for Brooksby. Williamson at the top of the key. He passed one way, and Collins went the other, and it's a Oakland turnover. And here's a guy we haven't seen get varsity minutes, but he's been sick quite a bit the last month or so. Eli Bryant checking into the ball game for the Challengers. Lanky 6'4" freshman. Promising young player for the Challengers. Riley Richardson swings it for Nearing. He's at the corner of the free throw line. And Wallace there to rescue the ball. Nearing. Looking inside, now finds Bryant. Bryant's going to make a move to the hoop. His shot, no good, but Nearing is there with the offensive rebound, and he puts it in. Nearing's got 5 for the game and 3 in the quarter to make it 53-10. Meanwhile, Douglas Branton, who's in the ball game, fires it up top. Branton. Williamson. And the shot by Brooksby off to the right, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Challengers. Now Brody Sample checking into the ball game as Richardson comes out. Brody, another guy we haven't seen a tremendous amount of. Also getting ready to check into the ball game as Mason Hoffman. So it's 1:10 to go here in the third. Going to see how the young guys fare with the playing opportunity. Brooksby makes a move to the hoop, and we have a whistle and a foul called against Cascade Christian. Foul called against Mason Hoffman. Sophomore, just as soon as he checks in the ball game, making his presence felt in one sense of the word. Brooksby connects on the first. Second one goes as well. Brooksby, a bright spot for Oakland tonight with 9 points in the ball game. Brody Sample, Dylan Westlake, he'll glide to the hole with the left hand, and he gets it to go. Dylan Westlake, and he's a natural left-hander, although he primarily shoots right-handed. 55-12 ball game. Brooksby. Carlson, he's got a look, and that one, it's short to go out of bounds. And it'll be challenger ball with 37 seconds to go in the quarter. Braden Bridges, number 23, checks back in the ball game. Carlson looked a little gimpy there going to the bench. He's going to sit down for a moment. Brody Sample, and he's called for the travel. Old's going to bring it out of the backcourt this time. Brooksby. Bridges thought about a shot. Bryant providing the defense against Brooksby. One of the things with all these young guys in, I'm looking for defensive effort and heads-up play, and we have a whistle and a foul called. And a foul called against Brooksby. 0.2 seconds to go. And that will end the third quarter of play. We have 8 minutes of basketball left. It's the Challengers 55, the Oakers 12. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Tonight's guest, the Oakland Oakers, out of the Oregon 2A Central Valley Conference. Taking a look at how they're doing in the league. Oakers came in fourth place, 9-5 record, playing in the same league as Jefferson, Regis, Eastland Christian. Brooksby with the basketball. Driving, spinning, and trying to make something happen to the hoop there is Douglas Branton. Whistle go against the Challengers. And that's going to go against Mason Hoffman. First free throw attempt by Branton is good. making it 55-13. Second attempt, that one a little bit long. Challenger basketball, Westlake with it for Sample. Nearing to Bryant. Bryant going to drive. And 3 in the key, the call against the Challengers. This young Challenger unit looking like it's going to get some extended playing time this evening. Shot in and out by Oakland for Bridges. Nearing with the rebound. Sample picks up his dribble, not for Westlake. He'll kick it out. Eli Bryant going to fire from 3. His shot a little bit long. Olds with the rebound. Near steal by Sample. But a foul called against Brody. Challengers now with 16 fouls. Williamson against Nearing. And a foul called against Nearing, his first, and that puts the Okers in the bonus. So Williamson with a pair of opportunities here. Williamson will have a second. Bryant's going to come out of the ball game. Richardson comes in. Sample corrals the carom, gives it to Richardson. Briley going to drive, feeds Nearing inside. A lot of contact underneath there. They're going to let that go. And Brooksby out of backcourt. Kellen Klecker getting ready to check into the ball game. Brooksby guarded by Hoffman. Swing around Williamson. He'll pull up in the lane. His shot no good. Branton with the rebound. He'll have to kick it out for Collins. Collins drives. And that'll be Brooksby with it. And a foul called against the Challengers. And that's going to go against Dylan Westlake. That's his first foul of the ball game. Brooksby, first free throw attempt is good. Eli Bryant in the ball game, and we joke about him being Coach Morris's victory cigar, but Kellen Klecker has checked in. Second attempt, that one's good. 55-15 with 5:23 to go. So how long will it be before Klecker puts up a shot? That's the question. Eli Bryant, though, he's not bashful either. His shot a little bit short. Collins out of backcourt for Oakland. He'll drive, kick it back out. Branton for Williamson. Williamson glides to the hole, 2. 55-17. Sample will bring it out of backcourt. He'll go ahead and drive to the hoop. Shot no good. Tipped out. Klecker for Bryant. Down in the corner, Sample. His defender closes on him. Richardson will shoot, and his shot just a little bit flat there. Rebound taken by Oakland. Williamson glides to the hole. He scores. .420 left to go in the ball game. 55-19. Sample. Richardson going to penetrate. His shot rims off, gets his own rebound, or at least he had it for a moment. Hoffman going to kick it out for Sample. His shot off target. Oakland basketball here in the closing moments of the ball game. Nearing going to get ready to check back in the ball game. Brooksby. Williamson. You say this about this Challenger unit, that they're playing the defense. They're not making it easy for Oakland to get shot opportunities. Williamson going to shoot from the baseline. Opportunity missed, though, for rebound as the Okers score. Sample out of backcourt for Richardson. Up top for Klecker. Klecker going to shoot. Shot way off target. Out of backcourt comes Collins. Brooksby. Williamson. And then there's Collins. His shot just a little too hard, but Brooksby is there, and his shot is short. Richardson up the floor for Bryant. Sloppy play here in the fourth. They call it garbage time for a reason. Richardson going to come out of the ball game. Well, you just know what's happening. There's all that excitement. I get varsity minutes. I get a chance to get to play in here, and sometimes in the middle of all of that excitement and adrenaline, sometimes the basketball IQ goes down by a few points. Williamson shoots. He scores. 55-24 with 1:33 to go. Sample kicks it out for Westlake. He's going to penetrate, glides. His shot is good. Dylan Westlake with 6 in the ball game. Substitutions in the ball game. We see Silas Arscott in the ball game, among others. Now the ball comes out to James Bainbridge. James doesn't know it, but I went to church with his family when we lived up in the Roseburg area eons ago, back in the day. Basket good by the Okers with 51 seconds left to go in the ball game. Westlake, Klecker. Westlake able to run down the loose ball, kicks it back out. Klecker's going to shoot, and he scores. Kellen Klecker with a triple. Meanwhile, Arscott making a move to the hoop. His shot no good. Arscott will go to the free throw line. And things getting a little crazy with the clock there. It looked like they're. But I think at this point, probably nobody's going to say much about it. Arscott. Free throw attempt. That one short. Score remains 60-26. Silas with another opportunity at the free throw line. His shot rims off. Rebound by Mason Hoffman. And that will end the ball game. Your final score, the Cascade Christian Challengers 60 and the Oakland Okers 26. With the win, the Challengers raise their record to 16-5 on the season. Okers go to 17-8. Well, take a quick timeout, and when we return, We'll give you a quick post-game wrap right here on TableRockSports.net.
We'll always be there.
Let me take just a moment and ask you about your vision for your children. What are you seeking for them? What are you hoping your son or your daughter will grow up to be? Highly skilled teaching, a thorough curriculum, art, music, science, athletics, encouraging relationships, all of these and more are part of the community at Grace Cascade Christian Schools, where all of our children feel that they belong.
Being able to mentor them on the football field, to push them in the classroom, and ultimately, most importantly, is to share Christ with them.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, the Cascade Christian Challengers bounce back from last night's loss against Douglas by taking a 60-26 victory against the Oakland Oakers. Leading the way for the Challengers with 16 first-half points is Austin Maurer. Cody Reese added 11 for Cascade Christian. Baker Brooksby throughout the night for Oakland, one of the bright spots for his team. Well, coming up for Cascade Christian this week, they'll have a game on Tuesday at Brookings Harbor. That'll be a big game now that the Challengers have a loss in league play. And anybody who's been over there knows that Brookings is not an easy place to play. So that'll be a tough one. And then on Wednesday, our next broadcast on Table Rock Sports, it'll be senior night as the Challengers take on Sutherland. The boys' game will be at 5:30 that night. We'll go to pregame about 10 minutes before tip-off. Then we'll also bring you the girls' game at 7 o'clock that evening. Then the league schedule concludes on Friday night as the Challengers visit St. Mary's. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. On behalf of Wyatt Rainey, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining us tonight, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.